I think people are often so caught up in the outside-in misunderstanding that they genuinely think they need to create the circumstances before they get to feel the feeling. And all too often, we see examples of people doing that and really being motivated to do it and going to great lengths to create those circumstances. And they get there and they're flushed with enthusiasm and euphoria and wonderful feelings for about a week. And then they're back to where they were when they started the process. And they're kind of like, oh, that isn't it either. I remember one of my clients, Carl, a lot of you guys know Carl. He really wanted a Mazda MX-5 sports car. And he got it, and he was so pumped with it, and he was, posting on Facebook, oh, amazing, look at my car. So I met up for dinner with him about 2 weeks later. I'm like, how's the car, man? He's like, it's okay. I'm like, what? He's like, well, I had thought I was going to be over the moon when I had it. But I'm thinking now maybe I'll need a Ferrari before that can happen. I'm like, whoa. Have you learned nothing? And we just talked about it. And the thing that happened for him was he suddenly fell back in love with his car because he got all the I'll be happy when thinking out of the way. Funnily enough, he only owned the car for about another 2 months, and then he moved to Australia. And he's now living by Bondi Beach. I previously said living on the beach, but that's not accurate. He's got an apartment looking over the beach, and he's loving it because he was able to let go of some of that thing. So I think there's two things going on. One is that. The other one is, I often find that people, because of fear of the unknown, they create comfortably long timelines for things. It's like, oh, in 3 years, when I've got X, Y, and Z, then I'll be ready to do it. And so then you check back with them a year later, and they're like, yeah, it's still looking like about 3 years. Then you check in with them a year after that. Yeah, it's still 3 years. Well, I don't want to make this a to-do, but I find often that dramatically shortening the timeline can bring things into clearer focus. So I was talking to someone the other day about something they wanted to do. And they wanted to achieve a certain revenue target, certain revenue target, I won't say the number, but a healthy revenue target. And I said, how long do you reckon it'll take to do that? And they said 3 years. I said, how come? And then I heard a lot of the sounds that I hear when someone's just setting a faraway goal. I said, you know what? It'd be easier to do that, to hit that number in 3 months than it would in 3 years. And so we started talking about that. And all of a sudden, this person is energized. They're freaked out. They're like, oh my God, it's scary. But suddenly they're into action, and they're taking action every day because it's made it real. So they've kind of cleared some of that unknown out of the way. Now, I don't want to make that a good idea. It's just recognizing the part that the unknown plays in it.